Hey everyone, Troy Griffin here, Psychic Medium Troy. I just wanted to do this quickly to let you know I am live. I'm not AI. I am going to turn off my camera and make this more of a radio style because that's my genre, that's my background. I was a talk radio show host for a while and I really enjoyed it and I kind of missed that. The other reason is because I don't have a lot of time to sit and watch a computer screen, but I like to listen to the audio. So I'm going to start this way. We're going to go just with the background, and I'm going to jump into Straight Talk with Psychic Medium Troy. Welcome, everybody. All right. So welcome to Straight Talk with Psychic Medium Troy. Let me know if you can't hear me. I am going to try to keep my Facebook background open so I can catch your clues, your ideas, if you can hear me or not. I see a couple of people in the waiting room, and we'll get to them soon. So with Straight Talk Psychic, what I'm trying to do here again is just to bring in conversation about the world of intuition, spirituality, things that may be going on. One thing is, give you a little bit more information about me is that I am internationally known for my TV shows on Netflix, ABC, BBC, etc. Um, in Straight Talk, I'm not here to be your entertainment psychic. There's no therapy, no counseling, no psychic stuff. I am a straight psychic, not an entertainment one, which means I don't do tarot cards or divination tools. I'm here to let spirit guide me and give you the answers. And that's really how I work. If you want to give me a call or participate, I have added the link to the Zoom so you can come in through Zoom and I will answer your calls throughout the program. But with that, again, welcome to Straight Talk Psychic. This is our first episode, and I look forward to doing many more with you. So, the topic I have today is the origin of the word psychic. And I'm personally not a big fan of the word psychic. And I think the reason being is because, you know, I'm a professional at what I do. And professionally, I don't want to be clumped into the people that are reading tarot cards. Um, as far as gypsy type tarot cards, I'm not going to dress up. I don't want to dress up. So for me, I'm really trying to find a way to stand out above those people. And I have no problem with people who read tarot cards. I really don't. I mean, if that's your gig, then go for it. But I want them to be professional. And what was interesting is I did put out a post not too long ago where I asked why people read tarot cards. And I did it because I just want to know, why do people read tarot cards? I didn't do it to be malicious or to cause any issues. But what's interesting is the feedback that I got back about that question, which was one person. And out of all the places I posted with that question, only one person answered. And the person that answered is somebody that I know. And she really, said really what I think is true and that I've heard only a few times before in my career. So the tarot card is going to be another session next week, I think it is, and we'll talk about tarot cards. But tonight, I want to talk about the origin of the word psychic. So psychic comes from the ancient Greek word, and I'm going to get this wrong, psychisos, which is Psychikos, and that means of the soul, of the mind, or pertaining to life or breath. The Greek word itself comes from psyche, which is the soul, spirit, mind, breath, life force. In ancient Greece, psychic had nothing to do with predictions or the future. So, when did this psychic word enter the English language? It was around the mid 17th century, around 1645, 1655. The word psychic appeared in the English dictionary, as far, not really the English dictionary, in philosophy. And in that philosophy, it was in medical writings. It was used to describe mental processes, emotional life, inner consciousness, and non physical aspects of a human experience. At the time, psychic meant psychological or soul related, not mystical. So, with that being said, we got to look into when did this all of a sudden become mystical and some people call magical and where does it really fit? I've looked into this word biblically. We'll go into that at a later time. But right now, um, back in the day, there was no psychic professions, no readings, no predictions attached to that word in English. I mean, people did it. It's been around since the dawn of time, but that word wasn't attached. The word psychic didn't start in mystical terms. It started as a human term about mind and soul. So about the late 1800s, early 1900s, things shifted. And what happened during that shift is the spiritual movement happened. Seances came out, mediumship demonstrations came out, and public fascination with afterlife. That's when psychic slowly became associated with clairvoyancy, mediumship, fortune teller. In the mid 2000s, entertainment venues, hotlines, fairs, and television brought that word out with the people who are practicing some of the things above. The word psychic entered to the English dictionary in the 1600s, and it didn't mean predictions or fortune tellings, as I said before. It meant of the soul or life. There was no hotline, no neon signs, no performances. That all came century later. So that's really where the word psychic comes from. The reason that I'm not a big fan of the word psychic personally, and again, it's me, and it's just me personally, is because I think that psychic has a negative connotation. And I really found that negative condensation to happen when, these psychics started to begin, reading cards and stuff, but they would dress up as gypsies or they would dress up in costumes of some sort. And again, those are what I call entertainment psychics. Those are the ones that, they're entertaining you maybe through the cards, maybe through not. But I just think that maybe they're entertaining you through visual stimulation. So we'll go into that a little bit later, but I'm going to leave it with this. When I asked about using tarot cards, which is entertainment, what came through is this person said to me, a friend of mine who's also intuitive, and it was they use them as a visual. It's spirit that's coming through to them, but humans are visual. And so with humans being visual, it gives them something to visualize as they're giving them the information. Where I have a problem with, and about in any profession out there, there's 10% that are really good at what they do, and then there's not 10% that aren't good. The other 90% are not good. And so where I come with this is that I want to know in the entertainment part, and we'll go into TV, etc., is that the ones that read tarot cards or who call themselves psychics, are they using that word for entertainment? I use the word because marketing, it's easier. People know the word psychic, but unfortunately, they clump me into, flashing lights in a storefront that says psychics, or, where I live in Los Angeles, I can walk down the street on Friday and Saturday night, and there's a sign that says psychic $5. And so that's it. So my experience again, and please tell me if I'm wrong, that's the purpose of the show, is that I think that a lot of tarot card readers read what the book means, what a man-made book, man-made card means, and then they try to fit it into your situation. And that's just not me. So that's how I feel on that. But let's go back to the word psychic. What a psychic is and what it's not. We got to separate truth from pop culture. A psychic is a heightened intuitive awareness, heightened intent of awareness, ability to perceive information beyond the five senses, focus on insight, clarity, and understanding, a tool for guidance, not control. What we're not magicians. We're not all knowing. We're not here to remove personal responsibility. And we're not meant to replace logic, faith, or common sense. If someone tells you they control your future, this is not intuition, that's manipulation. And there's a lot of them that go into psychic scams. So for that reason, I'm not a fan. So I like to use the word intuitive, but through marketing, that psychic word is really used for marketing. So, how did psychics become commercialized? And they became commercialized through the hotlines. Some of you are old enough to remember the one psychic phone line with Dionne Warwick. That really made it popular. TV ads. Now we have the social media trends, reality TV edits. These entertainment psychics like Teresa Caputo and I'm gonna just include John Edward, but I think he's more a real psychic, and Tyler Henry. They're taking that entertainment side to it. Are they really helping people? I'm sure they are, but they're more entertainments. So through the rise of entertainment psychics, we've got short readings, we get the shock value, we get predictions without context. And and I'm not looking for that. For my clients that come to me, I'm looking to give them straight talk, whether it's good, bad, what they want to hear, not that what they don't want to hear. I have to be honest. So entertainment has a place. Yes. Now I've done TV for I did my first TV show probably back in 1992. So I've done TV, but it's all been unscripted television. And it's been the work that I do, the real life work. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people think I'm fake, some people don't. It's the way it is. But I got, big shoulders. So entertainment has a place, but it has blurred the public understanding of what we do as intuitives. And many people don't realize there is a profession, an ethical way that we should be working and working with you. And some of the things that are red flags when you go to quote unquote a psychic is, you're cursed. Fear-based upsells. A lot of times through my, many years of doing this is that I've heard this. I had a neighbor once that went to a psychic down, and I live in Los Angeles, so went to a psychic in Santa Monica, and they told her she had a curse against her, and they wanted $1,500 to remove it. And when I spoke to her, when she was distraught, I said, "That's crazy. Don't believe that." But she lived in that fear, so she found a way to come up with $1,500 to remove this quote unquote curse. That's not the way we should be as psychics, as truly intuitives. We are professional. Dependency. The thing about a lot of psychics is, and I guess I have to go back to tarot cards or divination tools, is that a lot of psychics that I've met over the years, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't hang around psychics or people who say they're psychics. I know them, they're acquaintances. There's a very few that I would hang around with. But again, when we hang around, we don't talk about psychic stuff. But the thing where I'm going with this is they give you the fear, or they use some type of divination or something that if it doesn't happen, example, yes, your boyfriend's going to contact you that you broke up with 9 months ago is going to contact you in 3 days, or you're going to win the lottery, and then when it doesn't happen, they go back to that person that I use this word loosely, that read for them, and that person will say, well, let's see what's changed in the cards, or let's see what changed through the divination. Now, you guys, that's not how it works. If you're truly an intuitive, even if you are psychic, if we do a good job, our clients know that change takes time. We don't have all the answers. And if somebody else is involved, they have a free will too. So don't ever let anybody pressure you to really go on and feel pressured or fear. So my professional stance is no fear tactics, no dependency, empowerment over control, and ethics over ego. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these people. And that's another conversation I'm going to have with you guys, is what is a celebrity psychic? The reason I'm bringing that up is because I do see a lot of, again, quote unquote, psychics who list themselves as celebrity psychics. And I don't know what that means. Right. I don't know. I've done TV for decades, and major TV, and I don't list myself as a celebrity psychic. Do I have celebrity clients? Of course I do. There's a lot of us that do, but I'm not a celebrity psychic in my eyes, but we'll go into that another day. So a real intuitive gives you clarity, not anxiety. Okay. I'm going to repeat that. A real intuitive gives you clarity, not anxiety. So I want you to apply this conversation with real questions. Ask why, when you approach, ask why you're going to the psychic. Address the root concern of why you're speaking with them, And it's always a good question to make sure that you have a list. One thing that I personally don't like in my practice, and I really steer away from, excuse me a minute, is I really stay away from people that want to read in with me and say, tell me what's going on with me. Tell me if I have any messages. Tell me this. Look, when you come to me as a professional intuitive, and I'm open, I'm a channel. So I have a lot of things coming through me. If you come to me and somebody's passed away, I could have that person that passed away around me. I could have other people passed away. I have a lot of energies around me, is what we call them. And so I think it's unfair, but again, that's how some psychics work, is they use the divination tools to say, oh, this card's upside down, or, let me look at the tea leaves and let me tell you, no, I mean, what is coming through, because what's coming through may not be for me. So again, I always say, if you're going to go to somebody for a reading, research them a little bit, ask about them, and see if that's who you're looking for. And remember, you're in control. They work for you. All right. So that's the way that I really look at the word psychic. I'm not here to manifest things for you. I'm not here to make, or to say everything you want me to say as a psychic. I'm not here for any of that. That's not my job. So, again, my job is to really give you the answers you're searching for, and to really get you to the point that you get the answers you're looking for. So that is my take on psychics. And, I hope this information gives you a little bit of insight. I'm not here to dog other people that do what we do. There are so many good people out there. I mean, an incredible amount of good people out there. It's just finding the right ones that are good for you, a good fit, and go from there. Some people like the ones that do crazy things like relationships and stuff like that. Personally for me, that's not the type of psychic that I am in. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my little podcast. Call it a rant, call it whatever it is. I'm going to be asking questions or bringing in topics that can be controversial. And that's fine, because I want you to think. I want you to think. Throughout the conversations that we're going to have, we're going to go into a wide variety of things. And again, if what I talk about are things that you do, let's say you're a tarot reader, I have no problems with that. If you don't like what I'm saying, then call me up. Jump on Facebook or jump on Zoom here and tell me why I'm wrong. I really appreciate that. Again, I don't have the answers. So as I'm searching, you're searching too. So, we'll talk about tarot cards, the tools, the transition traditions, and the distractions. We'll talk about entertainment psychics. What does that really mean? We'll talk about celebrity psychics, fame, credibility, or visibility. Additional topics that will be there: why people want answers but not responsibility. Why don't I play Stump the Psychic? And I don't play that. I'm not here for you to try to stump me. How does faith come into intuition, and where do people get uncomfortable? Why quick answers are often the wrong ones? Why so many people are disappointed by psychics? What a real psychic conversation should sound like. So I'm going to go into topics that really open up, hopefully, what you're thinking about and what you're doing. I'm also available to answer your questions. So this show just isn't about me rambling on, giving you my thoughts on this or that. It really is to, again, start some intelligent conversation with you guys, answer your questions you have for me. Again, I love answering questions. It's one of my favorite things to do. Again, I try to answer them in a way that has some meat to them. I really like answering questions with meat, not just giving you the yes, no, or tell you what you want to hear. So if you're looking for that type of thing and not your typical question and answer psychic show, then this is a place to be. We're going to try it as as old-fashioned radio with no video. But if we have to, we'll switch the video. I'm fine with that. I feel like most people are comfortable not necessarily being on video. So if I'm on camera, doesn't mean you have to be on camera. And again, I want you to ask your questions. You can email them to me at troy@tlgriffinllc.com. That's TROY at TLGRIFFINLLC.com. Or you can, go to my website, psychicmediumtroy.com, or you can DM me on any of my social media sites. I'll be looking for those through, before the show, and I'm happy to discuss them with them. If there's a topic you're interested in, please let me know the topic. We'll research it and bring that up. And again, we will answer your questions live on here. So if you have a question, please jump in. Let me know what your question is. I'm happy to definitely, answer those questions for you and see what you have. So with that being said, I'm not going to keep everybody online for a lot of time. I know that this is brand new. It's going to take time to build an audience. And so let me just tell you some of the offers that I have, how you can reach me, because I feel like I'm one of the most accessible psychics, certified intuitive practitioners and medium there are out there. And, for my practice, I offer a wide variety of things. I offer 30-minute readings, hour readings. I offer my 5 questions that I do daily and post on social media, and that is Psychic on the Go. You can ask your question to me via email or on any of my social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, any of those sites, Instagram, Facebook, what I say, LinkedIn, so I'm repeating myself. But you can ask me questions there, and I try to answer up to 5 questions in 5 minutes or less. I will then post them on my social media sites and on the podcast networks. It's a great way to see if I answer your question. Or I also offer a very unique program to my clients, and I've done this for years and years and years, and it's primarily been for my corporate clients because they're so busy. But I am going to put out there that I'm offering it to you guys, to the general public. And what that is that I have a system which is Clarity Access Plan. And what it is, it's 90 minutes of time that you pay for upfront. So it's, prepay. And then you can talk to me in increments of 10 minutes or longer. So it's not just 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes or longer, where you can call me, we can set up a time and discuss the question you have. Because let's face it, a lot of times you don't really need a whole hour worth of questions or a whole hour reading. And I feel like in those cases, we're just trying to find time to really keep you going. So, with that, hey, look, if you have a question, you're concerned about something, you want to get an answer, it's a perfect thing to reach out to me and let's schedule 10 minutes. The minutes are good for over a year. So go with that. And if Cricket, you're still listening, good evening to you, Cricket. So I'm very accessible. Again, my website is www.psychicmediumtroy.com. Look for me on social media. I'm out there a lot. And then if I can answer your question here, we air every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm here to, again, bring in some interesting conversation, intriguing thoughts, and really get your input on what you think. Again, I have no problems answering questions. It's my favorite thing to do. So if you have a question, save it for me. Ask me in my, Psychic on the Go, or save them for Tuesday night. With that being said, I wish everybody a great evening, the rest of your evening, a great tomorrow, a great week, a prosperous week. And with that, God bless everyone here. Thank you for listening to this, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Almost said same Batman channel, but same time, same channel. If this is not working where you don't actually see the audio of me, please comment. I will go ahead and change that next time so you can see the audio here in my studio. And one last thing, I will bring on guests onto these programs. So if there's a guest or somebody you're interested in talking to, I will bring them on. Some of the folks I'm going to bring on is a Yale certified intuitive, interesting on the research that Yale's been doing, hypnotherapist, just afterlife. So I'm going to bring on a lot of experts. Again, I don't want this to be your typical psychic show. I want it to be a conversation, intriguing, thoughtful conversation between us and answering your questions along the way. Fair enough? Again, with that, I say good night. God bless. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday, same time, same place. Good night.